What's good, all my trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. What in the are you doing, bro? Why are you wearing camouflage? Where is the money suit? Where is the American flag tie? What are you doing, bro? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you why one of the biggest and oldest U.S. auto manufacturers that we think of as a boring, just traditional auto manufacturer is actually camouflaged. They're camouflaged, and this company is really one of the best EV stocks to buy right now. Yes, I'm talking about GM, baby. General Motors stock is one of the best EV stocks to buy right now. They're making a big push in the EV sector. We're going to be talking about why General Motors stock is actually one of the best EV stocks you can invest in at the moment, and it's just camouflaged as an old school, boring auto manufacturer. If you're new to the channel, this is Touchdown Trades. We talk about the hottest stocks in the market every single day, so go ahead and do me a favor and like the button and consider subscribing down below. We're gonna be breaking down General Motors stock, a company that's been around forever. Older than George Washington. It is a boring, traditional auto manufacturer that nobody wants to invest. Wrong. This is a company that's making a huge move in the EV market, and today we're going to go over their new play. They're turning a bunch of their old, boring factories into EV factories. They're making a play with their Cadillac in EV. They're making a play with Hummer in EV. And we're going to be breaking it down in today's video, so stay tuned. And as always, let's secure that bag by making smart investments in sound trades. Let's get it. All right, all my trader and investor homies. In today's video, we're going to be talking about General Motors stock, ticker GM. This is an old school American auto manufacturer that everybody thinks boring and isn't really a growth company that you want to invest in, but I think it's just camouflage as that, as GM is turning a bunch of their factories into EV factories. They're producing a bunch of new EV cars. They're releasing their Hummer EV this week. They're working on a Cadillac EV car as well. We're going to be breaking that down. I'll be talking about what I see value in, whether I see value in investing in General Motors for the long-term growth outlook. But before we get started, if you want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600, make sure you go down in the description and click the link to get 2 free stocks from Webull, valued up to $1,600. You can't beat it when you deposit $100 or more. Webull is a great broker based in the US, and they offer zero commission trading, a great desktop platform. They beat Robinhood with the platform. So if you want 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description. So General Motors is making a big play in the EV sector. They are releasing their Hummer truck, their Hummer EV this week, and they're saying they're going to try and compete with Tesla. They also have a Cadillac EV coming out in the near future. So is this a ploy? Are they too late? Let's break it all down. So it initially came out that GM was going to invest $2 billion in US manufacturing to increase electric vehicle production. That number has been up to $4.5 billion. They initially said they were going to transfer one of their factories in the United States to produce EV. Now it's going to be 3 factories. They just announced that their factory in Tennessee is going to be transitioned to an EV factory. This is huge news because we all thought that GM was kind of just late to the party. They tried to get that deal done with Nikola, but Nikola ended up being kind of fraudulent and that kind of fell apart. I actually still think they're in the deal, but it's really not looking good on the Nikola front right now. But they're doing it on their own now. They got the Hummer EV truck. They're turning a bunch of their factories into EV factories. They got a Cadillac EV coming out. So this is really big news regarding GM. So this article on CNBC says that roughly $2 billion of the $4 billion will go to the Spring Hill, Tennessee plant for production of future electric vehicles, including the recently unveiled Cadillac Lyriq crossover. Renovation work at the facility, which will be GM's third in US to produce EVs, will begin immediately, according to the auto manufacturer. So GM is making a big play in EV. If we go look at GM's investor relations page, it is all EV, right? All three of these latest PRs from GM are EV PRs. So they obviously know that EV is the future. We all know that. The EV penetration rate is going to look like that, right? Straight up. We're at 2020 right now, and about 3% of the vehicles, less than 3% of the vehicles on the street right now are EV. As we move up for 2030, I think the EV rate is going to be 15 or 16%, and it's just straight up from there till eventually 100% of the vehicles are going to be EV, and GM is positioning themselves to be right in the center of the EV mix. The GMC Hummer is coming out right now. It may be available by the time you see this video. The specs are pretty impressive. This is a pretty impressive looking car, okay? Or truck, or whatever you want to call it. Up to 1,000 horsepower, fully electric, ready to be fully revealed, they say. 11,500 pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That is fast. 1,000 horsepower, that's pretty legit. And it's a bad A looking truck, in my opinion. They got LBJ on deck, so you know it must be legit. Actually, I'm not a big LeBron fan, so whatever. We also had the Cadillac Lyriq. In the GE EV space, the Cadillac Lyriq is coming out. Any EV can move, only one can move you. This is the spark, the dawn of a new era, our electric future rooted more than a century of innovation. Begins with an uncompromising SUV that's changing boldly forward. Meet the Cadillac Lyriq. Okay, so it's a pretty sleek looking car. It is, you gotta admit it, a pretty good looking vehicle. Charge into the new era. Greet the day with 300 miles of expected range on a full charge based on Cadillac testing. So 300 miles, that's a pretty decent range. It looks like it's going to have a full dashboard of screen, right? So we all know the Tesla has the tablet screen in the center of the console. So it looks like this Cadillac Lyriq is going to have a full screen. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It looks pretty cool. Through the artful integration of technology, Lyriq delivers an intimate driving experience unlike any other, from a curved 33-inch diagonal LED display that has the ability to display over 1 billion colors to systems that recognize and react to your desires. So what we have here is GM trying to catch up with Tesla, and to be fair, I am pretty impressed with what they're doing with this Hummer EV and with this Cadillac Lyriq. The Cadillac Lyriq will have Super Cruise, which is basically autonomous driving, so they're gonna be competing with Tesla on that front as well. The first truly hands-free driver assistance feature for compatible highways, Lyriq will offer Super Cruise, which allows you to enjoy the simplicity of the journey. Here we have another picture, a side angle. It is a nice looking SUV. I don't care if you're the biggest Tesla bull in the world. I'm a Tesla bull as well, but that is a good looking car, and I think it's gonna compete with the likes of Tesla, the Neos of the world, whoever you want to bring up against this car up against, it's gonna compete. It's a good looking vehicle. And the 300-mile range, if it can actually hit that range, is plenty of range, right? We have the charging infrastructure already in place to accommodate a vehicle with 300-mile range. So it's going to have 23-inch wheels standard, apparently. So you're going to be rolling on them dubs, baby. Them dubs. With the Cadillac Lyriq, you're getting dubs standard. Not even dubs. Them dub traces standard. What? 23-inch dubs on the Cadillac Lyriq. GM coming in hard, taking Tesla head on, nose to nose. Who's going to win? Leave it in the comments section down below. Cadillac Lyriq versus Tesla SUV. Who's winning? All right, let's take a look at the numbers real quick on General Motors. Enough goofing around. Time to take the camo off. Get the hair looking normal again. Straighten the tie. Let's talk numbers. Get down to the business. Is this legit? Is this going to help GM become a growth story? Or is this just the old school car company that we know? We like their trucks. Their cars aren't very good, but it's just what it is. Let's take a look. So we have a market cap of 49, we'll call it $50 billion. Okay, we had a down year. We obviously had a down year because of the unforeseen circumstances of the Rhinoceros Rex, and we're expecting sales of $115 billion with a bad net profit of $1.52 billion. So the sales were okay and the income was bad. So the profit was really bad this year, but that's giving us a price to earnings ratio of 33, not good in the car industry, and a forward PE of 7. So we're expecting earnings growth, big earnings growth next year of 86%. So the growth rate is there. If they can hit those numbers and get that PE down to 7, then this is looking really juicy right now at its current valuation. Also, this is a company that can withstand years of the pandemic that we're currently experiencing, decreased car sales. If we don't see a vax come out for another year or two, this is a car company that can survive. Why? They have $27 of cash per share on hand. This is a company that's trading at $35, so it almost has enough cash on hand to cover that share price. Not quite, but almost. After the Rhinoceros Rex sell-off, it was trading less than $20 per share. It had more cash per share on hand than the share price. That is a company that I want to get involved with. I'm kicking myself in the feet every day for not buying this stock when it was trading at $15 a share just a couple months ago. If we compare this to Tesla, okay? So remember, I know you guys, you Tesla bulls, you Tesla lovers, say Tesla is not a car company. It is a technology company. Okay, I get it. They're in solar. They have their feet dipped in other endeavors other than just the car game. But GM, why can't GM do that? Why can't GM get into solar? Why can't GM convert to total EV as it progresses? As the EV penetration rate increases, why can't GM do it? Okay, so Tesla has a forward PE of 128. Remember, GM has a forward PE of 7. So, sure, Tesla has a foothold in the EV space, but the EV penetration rate is only like 2% right now. So I don't know. I think GM's looking pretty tasty. Let's take a look at the chart. And I don't want to be coming off like I'm hating on Tesla, because I'm not. History has shown that if you get short Tesla, if you're a Tesla hater, you're probably going to lose money. I like Tesla, but I'm just saying GM's valuation is looking really good compared to Tesla right now. So if we take a look at the GM chart real quick, we can see that we sold off really hard with the overall market into the Rhinoceros Rex sell-off, and we broke $15 per share. We have recovered very nicely and have rebounded, and we're currently trading at $35. And I think at this valuation, we're still looking really nice. I really do. We're trading right above the 200 EMA, and I think we're looking really nice. I believe in the next 2-3 years, we break these all-time highs. Sure, you're not going to get that explosive 100, 200, 300% year that we've seen in other EV companies like Workhorse, Hyliion, Tesla, but I think this is a really under-the-radar EV stock that needs to garner some attention with the news we've been seeing, with the moves they've been making. I think this is a safe, long-term EV play. If you want to get involved with EV and you're not a big believer in taking risk, this may be an investment for you. I am going to look to get involved in GM stock on the next pullback. This is a really safe EV play, and I like it. I like the Hummer EV. I like the Cadillac EV. And don't roast me in the comments for comparing it to Tesla, but if you're going to get involved in EV, you got to get compared to Tesla, right? That's the leader in the space. And if you want to run with the big dogs, you got to get compared to the big dogs, right? Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like the button for me, like that button. If you're not yet a subscriber, consider subscribing down below, hitting that notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace.